Earlier this week, I posted a discussion starter about child units in Fire Emblem and whether or not they should be in 3 houses. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to watch that before continuing with this video. There were a lot of comments, and I really appreciate all of the feedback, but I'm sorry if I did not get to your comment today. I do read them all, but I just don't have time to go through all of them in this video. So, with that said, let's get to your thoughts. Our top rated comment comes from Axis, who says, "It's obvious that genealogy handles it the best. Everything is connected more or less, and there's nothing supernatural about it. However, Awakening didn't go bad. In fact, most of how it's handled is still great. Awakening is a story of trying to avert a destiny, one where we for once see a bad guy having gained a full victory, and trying to avert it by using such means is unique. At least time travel was not performed in such a strict manner that leaves excessive plot holes. Instead, it's left vague and completely up to the player to figure out themselves how things went. And the less we talk about how Fates handled it, the better." As much as I love Awakening, I don't want child units back. FE players don't need child units, and this game certainly doesn't need it. Child units should only be used if they are time travelers or major time skippers like Awakening and Genealogy respectively. But as you said, with how much customizing players can do in 3 houses, we don't need child units, as they won't provide anything for the gameplay. Now, Axis seems to have taken a middle road that many agree with. Child units have been done well and could be implemented in 3 houses, but they do not need to be there. Honestly, this is where I fall. I feel that 3 houses could implement a second generation well, but I don't feel it necessary in any way. This seems to be the consensus, with other comments from Light Shadow Butterfly, Absol112, and others sharing similar sentiments. But Macaroon brings up a good point when he says, "It would be cool to have child units, but I don't think it will happen after the backlash from Fates. After they were so poorly presented in Fates, it does stand to reason that IS would be a little nervous to include them again." Now to the more negative side of things. There were a lot of comments that were straight up against it for multiple reasons, but I feel they are all summed up best by Stick Figure's comment. Finally, I would like to address a couple of comments regarding teacher and student romance stuff. Halfbad2311 said, "A few people have mentioned how the school setting would make the characters too young. However, if it is the same as real-life officers' academies, then it wouldn't be like a high school but the equivalent of a university or college. Theoretically, all the students could be adults rather than teenagers. While this could definitely be the case, I think many would agree that a teacher-student relationship is inappropriate regardless of age." Now, I understand that Fire Emblem is an anime video game where a lot of usual social standards don't have to necessarily be upheld, but based on IS's track record of censorship with Fates, I would be surprised if it let teacher-student romances slip into the international release. Well, that is all I have time for today. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more Fire Emblem discussion.